Welcome to the first edition. That's right, the first edition of Money Talk. And when you think about money, you got to think about a lot of things in life right about now. You got to think about silver, gold, cash, cryptocurrency. Everybody focus on credit. So we brought the whole team along, and that's on the mic is my man Hack. Come, I'm just so, but in case y'all don't know, today is a new show starting every Thursday at 2 p.m. We're going to be on time because it's our dime, so we're going to be right here. And we're going to teach you, we're going to introduce you to our money family. Okay, I'm going to say our money family. And within our money family, it's a lot that's going on. But our team leader, we're going to let him start off so he can tell y'all and bring it to the forefront what we got going on, all right? So, Mr. Fred, it's on you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Fred Hart, and we are here today to talk about financing, money, gold, and silver.
Right, that's what we're talking about. Go ahead.
So first, let's give a little history about the gold, the silver. And by giving this history, I want us to go back to 1933, when the president took the gold out of the United States system and turned the currency that we know as paper dollars, as we know as notes, to govern our economy. So most of us didn't know that in 1933 that it was a law passed that if anybody got caught with gold and silver, that they was going to do 10 years in jail and also a fine of $10,000. So now, because of that, our economy has became very weak over years of what was going on. So I want to jump to 2020, and I want to jump to 2021. With our new president that's in the chair now, and the president we had before, we realized that it's been trillions of dollars that both has put into the economy. And my question is, who will pay that debt?
Are you asking us?
Yes, I am.
The people.
Right.
Sound like the people will pay the debt.
So if the people are going to pay the debt, where are the funds coming from to pay the debt? If our government system is still making what I consider funny money on a regular basis, how are you going to pay a debt when you have nothing to back the debt?
So, based on what you're saying, how are we going to pay this particular debt?
Yeah, talking to the mic.
If we don't pay this, how are we going to pay this debt if we don't have anything to back it up? Will they do again what they did in 1933? Pass laws that anybody who has any silver or gold and their keepsake, we have to release it one way or the other. I don't know.
So I'm going to turn this over to the young lady to my right. Name is Terry. And I'm going to ask her a question. And the question is, why is silver and gold so important to you?
It's a tangible asset, generational wealth. It's just something that you have on your person and your possession, and at any point you could take it and liquidate it and turn it into cash. So I think gold and silver is important for anybody to have, especially if you have children, grandchildren. If you plan on retiring and having something for your future, I would think it's just the best asset to have.
All right. I love that. I love that. And we have another gentleman that's here asking the same question.
I think personally that gold and silver, I mean, you've seen it from generations. All your fathers, uncles, everyone has always had it. So as a young man, you were, I wouldn't say taught, but taught to possess gold and silver. I mean, I don't see any other way.
I want to say something about that. And Hack is right. That's all we was taught was silver and gold, but we wasn't learning from a financial standpoint.
Correct.
We was taught to have it and flaunt it, but not to have it as in trade, so that we can create some form of wealth within our own families. We was just taught to buy, and use it. We was basically using it for pawning. You know what I mean? As a hold on type of thing. Like, well, man, things get tough. I can always pawn my chain.
Right.
Go grab a couple things and then bring it back and pay back for my chain. I know somebody who probably paid for his chain maybe 150 times. Mm-hmm. Oh, because he borrowed the money off of it to pay it back, or something that was already his.
Each and every trip.
Yeah. So, like I said, about at least 150 times. And I told him, like, man, you don't know how. I don't really believe we knew the meaning of silver and gold until we really had someone, until rich people or people who we believe is rich show us how to do things. Mm-hmm.
Correct.
We don't believe it.
Right.
And our parents, like Heck said, our grandfathers and our fathers. I know somebody who's been getting a gold coin since he was born, since he was 2 years old.
Wow.
Every day of his every holiday. Their family, that's what they did for each other. They bought, because each coin weighed an ounce. So everybody in the family on their birthdays and holidays, even on Easter, their children got gold. But I'm like, what you gonna do with it? And they just have it in their little coin collector thing. And until I got 42 again. No, until I got to 40, I realized the power of silver. I mean, I think I was like, it was probably before then, like between 35 and 40, when I knew the power of gold, because gold shot up like, pew, they're like $1,100 an ounce.
Right.
What? I was buying, you know what I mean? Gold was way cheaper than that, like when I was coming up. I mean, them silver coins was costing like $75 for an ounce of gold.
Correct.
But not no more. But when I found out gold, that somebody told me silver is the best thing for anybody. And so I'm like, why you say that? Because cellular phones became popular. And then one of the best conduits in the cellular phone was silver. Mm-hmm. So when I found that out, I would take my godson out every weekend or every other weekend. We could go to the movies and buy him a gold coin, and we go to the movies and we'd talk. And we'd see which ones we can get on at the comic book place over there off of Northwestern Highway.
Right.
So, yeah. I learned a lot in the past 10 years about silver and gold. Definitely.
And the other good thing about gold is it cannot be manufactured. It's not man-made.
Right.
It's a metal that's been here since ancient times.
Correct.
It's created by a Nova class, something man can't do or recreate or anything like that. So it holds its value, retains its value that's been going on since ancient times. It's a metal that can't be reproduced. It can be fabricated, like, we have fake gold, but it's nothing that can be manufactured by man.
Right. Robert Kiyosaki said it the best. He said, silver and gold is God's money.
Right.
I agree.
And crypto is the people's money. So.
And one of the things in creating wealth that we're going to be studying too throughout these podcasts is not just gold. Another form of, as we grow, of investment is going to be land, diamonds, money, because that's that's why countries go to war, because they want the gold, they want the oil, they want the land, and they want the money.
Correct.
I mean, the diamonds, and that all spells gold. If you do each one, G is for gold, O is for oil,
L is
for land, and D is for diamonds.
Ooh, that's dope. Okay,
That's what
look
they
at
go for.
Shout out. If y'all want to give us a call at 248-854-9850. 248-854-9850. We got a money team. I don't want to say the money team because that's him. We talking about us. But we have a money team here that's willing to talk about gold and silver and finances right here. So give us a call if you want to know anything about gold and what we represent, what we're talking about. Again, the number is 248-854-9850. Fred, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
The group that we are, right? Retire Rich, right?
Correct.
We're basically welcoming people into our consortium of people to gain financial or generational wealth and financial freedom. Correct.
Correct.
Okay. With that being said, towards the end of the show, we're going to invite y'all out to. Oh no, that's only for members, right?
It's only for members
For
only.
right now.
Y'all can't come. Okay,
Right.
y'all just can't come.
For right now.
For right now.
Members only.
But in order to become a member, we're gonna let you know in the future podcast how y'all can get involved. Fred gonna go over that today because it's 5 of us in the room right now that represents each. We have our own thing. But at the same time, we represent one group as a whole, and that's Retire Rich. Go to the Facebook page and hit like, and you can ask any questions you want there. Okay. So, Fred, with that being said, when you think of silver, because I got my piece, they don't walk around with their pieces. I keep, and I can. Oh, Fred ain't. I almost cussed. Fred ain't no good. I don't know who Christian on here or not, but see this mine on here. See that? That's silver. See that silver, baby. Baby, that's that silver, baby. And they don't have theirs. None of them got theirs. I got mine. And no, but seriously, on our journey of silver and gold, and being able to transfer money or turn things into whatever we want it to be, right?
Correct.
Because anywhere in this world, we could take our silver and go anywhere and still turn it into money.
Correct.
Right.
But we cannot always turn our money into gold or silver.
That's
Correct.
right.
See, so it's not always where you're at. It's where you want your where you going on your journey and where you destined to be. But gold and silver lasts all over this country, and that's probably the most universal language you're going to know. And we speak in universal language today. We're talking about gold and silver. And we're going to keep talking about gold and silver and finances because that's who we are. Fred, can you explain exactly what Retire Rich is?
Okay, so Retire Rich is an organization, or should I say a group of individuals that are looking to assist other individuals in their quest to become financial debt free.
You heard that? We want to get you out of debt. Because you're too busy putting yourself in debt. Go ahead, Fred. I mean, I'm jumping in and out.
No, you good.
Yeah, okay.
With that being said, we also are an associate of another organization
Okay.
that's called 7K.
Dang, that's dope.
7K Metals.
You hear how the heat just stopped when you said that? That name was almost like Jesus. It's just stopping things dead in their tracks. You said 7K, he said...
Look, Mom, you can't have me laughing over there.
Okay, I'm just saying. It's like he said Jesus, and he just said, shut up. Go ahead, Fred. Go ahead, Fred.
So with that being, we also have to give recognition to Sound Wealth Nation.
Okay.
That is, we are an umbrella up under them also.
Okay.
So it's a learning skills. We are organizations up under another organizations, and we do networking.
Okay.
So what we do is we teach individuals how to build from the top to the bottom.
Okay. From the top to the bottom, or the bottom to the top?
From the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top.
Okay.
All in between. Something that we wasn't taught in high school.
College.
Something wasn't taught in college.
At home.
At home. You're right.
Yeah.
And these are things that, unfortunately, finance was not something that we was able to have in school.
Yeah.
As I was coming up, I was taught 2 things. Go to school,
Get a job.
get a job.
Mm.
And the job they had for me was working for the big 3. So I realized even back then it was called networking because your parents was working for one of the big threes, and in the process they was telling you the good things that they had coming out of the big three, and they wanted you to come and work for the big three.
And the big three was actually invested into silver and gold.
Correct. I ain't get there yet.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm jumping. I'm jumping.
Right.
Okay.
So you know the big three, which is as we know in the Motor City, Chrysler, GM, and the Ford. Yes, they invest in gold, silver, and we know Ford invests into commodities, which is the sunflower seeds and the corn and all that.
Don't forget charcoal. Kensington Ford. Hello. I'm just letting y'all know.
So we're gonna have some history going on also while we learning about the gold
And even church. We're going to have church up in some days. Hack going to lead the choir. He hack like Prince. He's like, me, play some Prince. And some more sexy dance. I'm like, okay. Okay, but I can put myself on gold pieces. Anyway, I'm sorry, Fred. Go ahead. Fred looking like. On this show, y'all, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna laugh.
Right, we're gonna have fun.
And but we talking very serious business. Y'all straighten up.
He's so
So
Silly Miles Godwin.
I mean, I'm just saying. But Fred, you were saying that with the big three, they was investing in the gold and silver as well, different commodities.
correct. So what I also want to do while we're here as a group is let each member just say something about their upbringing and what they know now that they wish they would have known back then. That's even in the trade, the schooling, the education, and I guess I'll start with the person on my left, Miss Dawn.
So, growing up, I grew up like any other or most average kids. I grew up in a single family home where my mother raised me. She did the best she could, and she did the best that she could. However, her concept of being successful, I would say, was make sure you go to school, make sure you go to college, and make sure you get a good job. And that is exactly what I did. And, you know, back then, you know, you think you're successful when you have a good job working for a good company and you think you're making decent money. And then you run across somebody who gives you an aha moment, which was this man to my right, who really told me and taught me about entrepreneurship. Coming from corporate America, I fought him real hard about it because I'm like, please, I don't have time for this. I don't have the time to work for myself. I am doing this. I'm all that in the bag of chips, and I mean that's how we think, you know. You know, and so with that, with his constant pressure, and he didn't just tell me, he showed me exactly how it was done and what it was done. And I realized, though, all that time I was still doing some things surfacely as far as entrepreneur, but I didn't really know how to dig in. So he was teaching me really how to dig in, get in the mud with this thing and not give up. And I'm really happy. So to find out, and this whole gold thing he was telling me about, you know, years ago, he always had gold coins. I used to look at it like, what's that? And he would tell me, you know, the value. And I'm like, please, no, it's not. I mean, everything, my mindset was totally corporate. But the people who's running corporate had his mindset. I just did, you know. So now I feel like I'm on a plantation and I'm Kizzy and I really don't know anything. So now I'm trying to run away, and I'm running, and I kept running because I kept believing it, and I kept believing it, and now I'm here. So I'm gonna say, started from the bottom. Now I'm here because now I am into full, total entrepreneurship, and it works. it's nice to grind for yourself. It's nice to get up in the morning and you know the same way they think is now you think that way, so they can't just really outthink you or just outdo you. We all have to start at some point, and that's exactly what we did. And so what I've done. And so when I come across the this platform for gold and silver and the precious metal, it's now I understand it. Now I get it. Now I know what creating wealth is. And it's not just being an entrepreneur. It's actually having the assets of an entrepreneur. Got to have the goal. Got to be able to back yourself up. Back up what you're saying. If anything happens, I have these precious metals that I can cash in or that I can transfer to my family once I'm not here. They may not know how to technically run my business, but this is going to help them to start or give them a fresh start to learn it and keep it going. So I appreciate being on Retire Rich team under 7K Metals. 7K is a company that we got into because of these precious metals. We're allowed to collect them at wholesale value under Sound Wealth Nation. We can collect at wholesale value. We collect every month, or we can buy coins anytime we get ready. And we're always getting them at market value. Even when we sell them back, if we want to sell them back to the company, we sell them again at either market value or at profit. But we never sell back and get less than what we sold it for. So I appreciate that. I can turn my gold into money, and I can turn my money into gold. So that's what I like. So I'm going to turn this over to the next person to my right, which is going to be Terry. And Terry is an awesome asset to this team. Without Terry, I definitely wouldn't be here right now. She is, trust me, her and Miles are the brains behind this.
Yeah. Don't even play that one off.
Miles is the brain. I ain't gonna take that credit.
Talking about, I don't even want that. I don't even want that responsibility. Can I be an arm or a flange or something?
But so I want to go ahead and turn this over to her as well as say thank you.
Yes, thank you, Terry.
Well, y'all welcome. Okay.
You would take that credit, though?
I'm going to take that credit. I'm going to take that thank you. I'm going to run with it.
That's what's up.
First, me, I just remember growing up as a kid, my grandfather, my father's father, used to always get me savings bonds. I don't know if y'all remember those, right? Okay, so like when I turned 18, I don't even know how many, maybe 30 of them. And I was like, wow, this guy did this for me. And then I realized my mother said, you could take those to the bank and get money. I'm like, really? Okay, so I go to the bank like an idiot, 18 years old, right? I'm going to cash them in and get money. But then what I realized was like, hey, okay, so as I got older, you get to thinking about it. That was great what he did for me. Now I'm thinking about the little ones in my family. My cousin had a baby. I love her to death. I love my other cousin. She got a boy. And it's like they the apples in my eyes, And it's like, what could I do for them, to help them? Started thinking. So this gentleman over here, Hack, he comes to me and he says, how about joining this team? He tells me all about it. Watch a webinar. Thought about it. I said, is it something I want to do? I kept thinking. I said, yeah, this is something I want to do. I'm going to do this for the kids. It's not for me. My grandfather did this for me when I was a kid. I'm thinking about, okay, what could I leave Harmony and JJ when I'm gone? I got to give them something that they can always remember me by. So instantly get into it, started collecting the coins. And it's all about them. It's not about me. I'm going to be all right. I'm an entrepreneur, always have been. I mean, me and Doc go back 20 years. I've been doing this entrepreneur thing forever. But it's like you always got to think about those that's coming up. The kids that's, they got a promising future. What can you leave them? If I start collecting now, Harmony is 6. By the time she's 16, she can go get a car. By the time she's 20, she can go buy a house. These are things, gold is going to always appreciate. If it don't appreciate, it's going to keep its value. So, that's what I'm about. You know, I think about what my grandfather did for me and what I can do for these 2 kids that's coming up. So when they get in their 20s, they'll have something. And they probably gonna have a whole lot to no savings bonds. And listen, I'm not saying it in a bad way. I love my granddad for what he did, but what he did is he planted a seed in me. And that seed that he planted, now I'm planting in these little ones. And prayerfully, I could get their mothers to come aboard, and I can get them to become a part of Retired Rich. It's a work in progress. You know, the young kids, I'm not going to call them kids, the young adults don't think like we do because we're thinking about our future. You know, I'm up there. So, you know, I'm thinking about I want to retire and have something, a good nest egg, not no little bitty nest egg. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I mean, I think we all at this table is in it for the same reasons. It's all about investing, making sure you have great assets. And if you need to get your hands on some cash and you got that gold and silver in your hands, you can instantly liquidate it. And that's the main thing for me. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Hacky.
How you guys doing? This is Hack.
Yeah. Hold on, go ahead.
I'm a regular guy like everyone else. Grew up with a mom and dad, and I just kind of remember my dad telling me that you can't do anything without the right tool. So now with saying that, I would go back to always using the wrong tool. And you had it in your possession the whole time, and you just didn't know that you had it. So with saying that, this is the proper tool. We know how to use it. You have to take this and I wouldn't say apply it, but apply this in the way to where retire rich, you'll be richer sooner than what you think, believe me. Because this is a tool that actually works. And I mean, I'm saying this and it may sound a little crazy, but I go back to you can't cut grass without a lawnmower. Can't shovel snow without a shovel. You know what I mean? So you have to take this tool, I wouldn't say dissect it because we've kind of done that, and take at it and look at it for what it's really worth. And I would say call one of these guys on this team soon and be a part of it.
All right.
I'm going to turn that over to Miles from here.
Okay. Well, thank you, Hank, for giving us your wonderful analogy about growth and using the correct things in life. I'm trying to use my...
and the reason I say that, because, like I said, I did a lot of the wrong things with the right tools, and, yeah.
The wrong thing with the right tools. Okay.
Yeah.
Right tools.
Yeah, I mean, that's being a young adult.
That's another show called Cannabis and I. But listen...
We'll be there.
I'm just joking. I don't know. I'm just joking. I got a sense of humor. That's all I can tell you. Okay, for me, growing up, I wasn't taught about silver and gold. I was kind of, my mother was treating me kind of different. I was the only child, so she always told me make sure I look both ways before crossing the street, and that in itself taught me a whole lot. It gave me a description of people, like look at how people treat other people too. You know what I mean? Look both ways. So look at how they treat you and look how they treat other people.
Right.
And then you find out how they treat other people when they're around someone else too. And then you look at how they treat you while they're around somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So that look both ways thing was a big thing for me. But she did not never teach me about how to look both ways with my finances. She would only tell me to teach me one way, how to save. Okay? My mother wasn't big on credit neither growing up. She like, I could pay for whatever I need. Then she said, I also could pay for whatever I want. And then as I grew up, she passed early in my life when I was 16. But as she passed, when she passed, I understood exactly what she was saying. Like, most people pay for what they want and not for what they need. You know, no offense to anybody who had things that, you know, was kind of frivolous that you were selling, but people bought it, and you be like, why are they buying this dumb shit? Excuse me for my language. I don't know if anybody here Christian, but I ain't mean to say it. No disrespect. But I'm just saying that I just learned that if I could pay for the things that I want, I definitely should put more to what I need. I have a child, so when I heard about the opportunity to get into silver and gold, Terry was explaining to me all along while she explained. I'm saying, yes, I'm in. Yes, I'm in. She was still talking. I'm like, I'm in, because I knew the importance of silver and gold. And so and as a team, and y'all explained to me the team, we gonna keep that a quiet thing about how we gonna make things work for the overall picture. I realized that you guys had the mindset as working with a team. And when you're working with a team, you can't lose. And matter of fact, you cannot do nothing without a team in order for it to be successful. So with that being said, I'm in.
Right.
That's it. Okay. Team leader. Fred.
Well, all right. And I appreciate all the comments that we heard today.
Yeah.
And I know we'll be back
next week. Yep. Every Thursday.
Every Thursday, 2:00.
Yep.
And what we're going to try to do also in between our coming together as a team, we would like to bring on other individuals and just show how we are building this team. We just want to show the unity that we have coming together.
Yeah.
And I think there's a Bible verse that says, "Behold how great it is when brethren dwell together in unity." And that's what we want to do. And we not, the word brethren don't mean brother and sister. That means the human race as an individual. We come together as a family.
Correct.
We helping each other out. So we don't want to leave nobody behind.
That's dope.
So with that being said, I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that's here this evening or today.
Thank you.
And we will see you all, and we will talk to y'all next Thursday, 2:00 sharp.
All right. Until next time.
Retire rich.
Ooh. Peace, grace, and Retire rich.